What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome to a movement class by Wellness for JiuJitsu. So the last few weeks I've been doing yoga for BJJ. Those are going to continue. Tyler's going to come back next Sunday at 6 p.m. I'm thinking 6 p.m. is a good day for us to actually do these classes. I'm going to be doing a little bit different. It's not going to be 100% yoga. There's going to be some like yoga-ish movement in the process. But what I'm going to be teaching more is about overall movement and how to combine like a bunch of different modalities. So hopefully this mic is working. As far as I know, I checked the mic a couple times. It should be working, so hopefully you can hear me. If you haven't done already, subscribe, share, link, do what you need to do to kind of give me a little bit of love. Hopefully you like this content. And as always, please give me a little feedback. Okay, so if any of you were attending Jair's class last week, he was doing a lot of Wim Hof breathing. So we're going to do some breathing to begin with, but it's going to be a little bit different than what Jairo was teaching. Wim Hof is all about the in. I'm going to teach the in and the out, and to try to create a rhythm of the diaphragm moving out and in. So it's a little bit different. It's not nearly as so hyper focused. It's more of like kind of adding a workout in through your breath and learning how to move the diaphragm. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to just practice doing the diaphragm. So when you push the diaphragm down, you got to think that you're almost like pushing your guts out. Okay, so it's not like you got fat or anything like that. You're literally just making space for the abdomen to expand. Once you do that, then you're going to take a breath in, and then you're going to relax. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to do as big of a breath you want to do it. So now you want to actually add in a little bit of chest movement. Just so you understand what we're trying to do with the breath here, it's not that we're increasing lung capacity. What that basically means is that your lungs are inside your rib cage here, and there's many different things that need to move in order for your lungs to maximally expand. Okay, so how you do this with the diaphragm is you're going to push down. Now you get a certain level of breath if you just breathe in, but if now you add your chest, now you get even more air in, and then you're going to relax out. So diaphragm down, breath in, open up the chest as you continue breathing in, and then relax out. And then you're going to repeat. Okay? Pretty simple. Then the next step we're going to do is we're going to do 10 of those. On number 10, we're going to actually hold. And so what we're doing by holding is we're doing an isometric contraction of the diaphragm. So it's going to look like this. So you're going to diaphragm out and breath in, chest, and hold. Okay? So just keep going. I'm going to try to keep rhythm. Just remember, I'm also talking, so I'm going to do my best to actually try to keep tempo. Just think in, relax out. In, chest in, relax out. In, chest in, relax out. Okay? Here we go. Diaphragm down. And in. Relax out. In. Relax out. 2 more. In. Relax out. Here we go. In. And hold. You want to resist the urge to let it go. When you need to, you need to. But try not to. You want to hold your breath. You're isometrically contracting the diaphragm to maximize all the air that you just finished taking in. Just your body wants it right now, so you can resist the urge to let it out. Let the blood do its thing and literally pull oxygen out of your lungs. And reflexive out. And then again, breath in. And relax out. And again. And again. 2 more, and then you're gonna hold it out. In, reflexive out. Hold. When you get good at this, you will be able to hold your breath out for like 2 or 3 minutes. People that train more than 3 or 4 days a week need to be doing this practice positionally. So you practice doing sitting in as close positions as you can get in jiu-jitsu, and you hold these breaths out. In, out, in, out, in, out. And reflexively. Okay? So we're gonna do, if anybody has taken my previous stuff, basically I am troubleshooting the next evolution of the next set of courses right now. So what we're gonna do is like a faster version or a more compressed version of my original white belt program. And then we're gonna add some body movement exercises with it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep it as informative as possible. I'm just gonna assume that you know a little bit of the framework of what I've done before, just so that we kind of skip a couple levels, because at the very beginning it's basically body awareness. Okay, so first position we're gonna get into is what's called the 90-90. So the front leg's gonna be 90 degrees and the back leg's gonna be 90 degrees. The idea here is to try to keep the front knee down as close as you can around, and then pushing your tailbone up towards the seam. Then you're gonna hinge forward. Everybody's gonna be a little bit different. If you have yoga blocks, you can use yoga blocks. If not, you're basically gonna just try to position yourself as far forward as you comfortably can. Once you get there, kind of sit into it for just a few seconds, melt into that position. Normally you're gonna stay here for 2 minutes, but for this class, we're not gonna do the 2 minutes. We're gonna just sit here for just a few more seconds, and then we're gonna start doing pails and rails for the back leg. So pails is what we're doing is we're doing axial rotation, which means we're just kind of like not moving the hip, not moving the knee, and trying to rotate inwards and rotate externally through the ground, okay? So the pails part is pushing down on the ground, the rails part is pulling up, okay? In between, you're gonna be irradiating, you're gonna be holding tension in the midsection so nothing moves. So here we go, you ready? So back foot, start pushing down. You wanna increase, you wanna rev up the amount of tension that you're pushing into the ground. So think that you're pushing your foot through the ground, and you're going from 10% to 20% to 30% to 40%. Just gonna hold that 40% for 10 seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Irradiate, strong center, strong hip, strong knee. You're gonna rotate up for 5, 4, 3. You're gonna feel all this stuff right here, that meaty stuff here. This is your internal rotators trying to maximize internal rotation. 1, and then let it down. Release the tension, try to melt yourself more forward if you can. Find that new space. We're gonna repeat. Start pushing down. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. Maximal effort now. Keep trying to rev up. It's all that inner stuff, all that outer stuff. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Radiate, strong center, strong hip, strong knee. Rotate up. Big. Get that foot up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly get down. Relax, sit in it for a second. Slowly get yourself down. We're going to do 2 hip C.A.R.s here. I was adjusting. Okay, so here you're on tabletop, toes tucked, hip flexion. You're gonna bring like as if you're a dog peeing on a hydrant, getting that knee up. And you're gonna internally rotate. As you internally rotate, your hip extending backwards. You that glute, that hamstring involved. Bring it down adjacent to the other knee. And then you're gonna reverse it. Hip extension, external rotation, bring it around, up to flexion, bring it back to center. And then repeat. And leg up. Internally rotate as you kick it back. Hip extension. Then reverse. Hip extension. Externally rotate. Bring it all the way around. Bring it all the way around. Nice and slow. Those fucking things are hard. Oh. So opposite leg down in front. So now your right leg is going to be in front. It doesn't really matter. Right, left, whichever leg decide you start with. So again, the front leg, you have to try to actively try to press that knee down. I have much more tension on this side than I do on the other. Everybody has one side that's better than the other. This side is really rough on me for external rotation. On the front leg. Find that sweet spot, sit in it for like a few seconds. And again, making sure everything's at 90 degrees. Your foot is at 90 degrees, your knee is at 90 degrees, your back is at 90 degrees, everything's at 90 degrees. All right, let's start doing pails in the back. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. Hold it there. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Irradiate in the center. Control that hip. 1. Very little movement on this side compared to the other side. Down. Take a breath here. Wow. Make sure breath. And start doing pails down. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Irradiate. Get that foot up. Oof. Wow, internal rotation is very limited on the left side compared to the right. And tabletop. So again, with the hip car, toes tucked, bring the knee in. AB duck as if you were peeing on a hot fire hydrant. Internal rotation as you kick back. Whew. I'm having a little difficulties on this side today. Again, up, out, internal rotation, kicking it back, down, hip extension, external rotation all the way around. And relax. Whew. All right, let's move on to shoulders. So we're going to do what's called a sleeper stretch. So you're going to lay on your side. Let me see if I can adjust the camera a little bit just so it's a little bit more down towards me. So you want to lay on your side. You're going to keep your knees bent. You're going to put your elbow in front of your shoulder, and you're going to try to tuck your shoulder back. So you're literally laying on the outside of your shoulder. Okay? From there, you're going to passively try to get to your end range. Okay? This is also in my first white belt program. Normally we would sit here for 2 minutes. We're doing a faster pace. So find that end range and try to melt into it. The pails are going to be pushing up. The rails is going to be trying to pull the hand away and increase internal rotation. Basically trying to submit yourself without submitting yourself. Okay, here we go. Let's start pushing up. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. Hold it there. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull away, pull away, pull away, pull away. Try to reach as if you're reaching for the belt buckle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax into the new space. You also put a yoga block here. I forgot to grab my yoga block. Your neck is a little, your head is getting a little heavy. Sink into this new range, and then we're going to repeat. So pushing up as pails. 30%, 40%. Maximum effort now. 50, 60. And hold that tension. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pull away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I mean, it's out, it hurts so good. Come up slowly. Get into a kneeling position. We're going to do a shoulder arm, the same arm that we just finished working. Here, palm facing up. This one has stiff arm the other side down. You're going to bring it in. You're going to internally rotate. Flexion, shoulder flexion. More internal rotation of the shoulder as you reach back. More internal rotation as you reach back. And keeping the hand palm facing away from you with the final motion. From there, you're going to reverse. With shoulder extension back. Externally rotating until you bring it all the way around. Also a little fast. Idea here is not to rotate the spine, not to rotate the scapula. Again, repeat one more time. Up. The internal rotation. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating. And then reverse. Yeah. Wow, that was good. Don't feel good on that side. All right, other side. 90 degrees. Arm, elbow in front of your shoulder. Tuck that shoulder more underneath you. Find that end range. Kind of hang out here for a second or two. Here we go. Pails. Start pushing up. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now rails. Get that rails movement in. Hold it. And actually, just leave you space. Now, one more. That one was hard. Those are hard rails for me. So I'm pushing up. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. Maximum effort now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rails. Pull away, 5, dig, dig, dig. You can do it. 2, and 1. So this space, that was hard. Let's get it out. Let's come up and do a shoulder curl on this side. Whew. Stiff arm here. Come across. Internal rotation. Extension. Keep rotating around. Keep rotating around. Keep rotating around. I'll reverse you. Again. And one last time. And turn and rotate. Stand all the way back. Keep extending as you rotate. Keep extending as you rotate. All right. Also movement prep. Now we're actually going to start moving. So keep in mind, what we're doing there is we're working on hip internal and external rotation, and we're working on shoulder internal, more internal rotation than external rotation, but we're working on both basically. That works with everything. Lasso, it works with how you're going to get grips, how you pull yourself up. It's just overall just better joint movement. So now we're going to start moving. Okay, so I'm going to show you each one, and then we're going to do a sequence. So the first one is a mountain climber with reach. So sitting back with your toes tucked in child's pose. From here, you're going to push up, foot next to your hand. You're going to reach back, come back, opposite side. Okay, doing 8 of those. Then after that, we're going to do the loaded plank to push-up. So same position with your toes tucked. So no shoes when you're doing this because you're working on your big toe here. This is really important for jiu-jitsu. So from here, what you're going to do is push forward to a plank, and then you're going to do a push-up. Back to a plank, going back to your child's pose with your toes tucked. The very last one you're going to do is you're going to do scapular push-ups. It's hard for most people, which is just basically doing a push-up with your shoulder blades. If you can't do here, and you're going to drop to your knees, and you're going to do here. Okay? So the first one we're going to do 8 reps. Second one we're going to do 6 reps. Third one we're going to do 10 reps. Okay? Normally what you're going to do is you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 90-second rest. 1, 2, 3, 90-second rest. 1, 2, 3, 90-second rest. Okay? I'm kind of speeded up a little bit. I'm going to kind of go with my pace. So I'm not really going to time it. So when I feel ready, we're going to go. I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to push you as well. Okay, here we go. One. As you're doing this, just be constant with how your hands are. Don't be lazy with your joint structure for your arms. Pushing the ground away as you do this. Focusing on trying to get your leg up as high as comfortably can so you can support yourself against yourself. Forget to breathe either. So I'm switching push-ups now. Plank. 1, 2, 1. Just happy to push-ups now. Yeah. It's always a scapular push-ups that gets me out of breath. First one's manageable. Second one starts to get the heart rate elevated. By the time I get to the scapular push-ups, I'm breathing kind of heavy. Such a simple move takes so much actual effort. There's a lot of thought process in moving for that. It's my second round for today. I'm tired of it. This is awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Look, if you haven't done it already, give me a little love, guys. Hit subscribe, share this, send this to people, man. If you got like 1 ounce, like one thing you got out of this class, do me a solid. Just send it to somebody so you can share it. Trying to expand this little by little. Here, we got 2 more rounds. Here we go. Mountain climb on the beach. Keeping your back toes active as you do this. Pushing through the heel, and every time you step, you're pushing through the back heel, basing yourself with the front leg. Two more. And now it's a push-up. One. Keeping those toes active. More. After push-ups, so I'm going to do them on my knees. Go there a little more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And break. So one of the reasons why I picked this little dynamic sequence, while we rest, I'm going to explain to you the conceptual idea behind the exercises I'm picking. Shoulder and hip are the primary joints you want to worry about. The 360-degree joint, that's like the core of everything else. Once you get those, everything else is just fine-tuned. These, from the mountain climbers to the push-ups, are movements that help correct the repetitiveness of jiu-jitsu. So it generates more balance. So we worked on the joint, which is the shoulder and the hip, to be able to hold yourself up with your shoulders and move that leg around with your hips in a more dynamic movement. So you get a little bit of a workout, because if you're heavy like me, then if you're fat ass like me, then basically you need to work. All right, here we go. Last one. Last one. Toes tucked, head down, reaching forward, shooting up, stepping to back. Take your time with this stuff. I'm going at a decent pace, but if you need to slow down, slow down. There's no rush with this stuff. I'd rather have you do quality than quantity. A big numbers that are a challenge for someone who's a little bit more fit, but not so hard that the unfit individual can't also do it. Now, push-ups, leg, push-ups. 1, 2, 1. Same thing, I'm staying on my knees, scapular push-ups. 8, 7, 6, 5. Struggling in here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it, that's the goal of the workout. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slow everything down. We're going to decompress a little bit. We're going to do one round of each of these. So I'm going to show you first. Each one, it's four moves. So I'm going to show you each one. And then I'm going to go through, then we're going to go through one behind the other. Okay? So the first one is called wrist elbow circles. So you're going to be in quadruped. I'm going to face the camera so that way everybody can see. What you're trying to do is trying to keep your hands and your wrists stationary. So your wrists are going to move a little bit, but it's really more about the elbows. What you're going to do is you're going to rotate down, and you're going to create like a little bit of a circle with your elbows. Everybody see that? Then you're going to do 6 one way, you're going to go 6 the opposite way. So these are what are called closed chain elbow C.A.R.s. They just feel good, okay? The next one is going to be wrist pin circles. Placing your palm down facing up, taking your fist to the opposite side, try to keep it anchored in one spot, and what you're going to do is you're going to rotate at the shoulder, in and out. Try to go as slow and as large as possible. You're going to do 10 of those for each arm. Next one is the needle arm. Needle arm, everybody's done this one before. Coming through. This one to me is the most magical stretch ever. Spinal rotation. So you're going to do 6 on one side and then 6 on the other. And the last one is kneeling spinal waves. So think of like a cat-cow, but a moving position. So here you're kneeling, starting in the child's pose. You're going to literally do like the cat part. As you're rolling yourself forward, you're unwinding the cat into full spinal extension, looking up, shooting your hips back to this position. Make sense? Right, here we go. So we're going to do the wrist elbow circles first. We're going to do 6 in each direction. What I try to do is I try to spread my hand, so as much of my hand and my fingers are taking as much real estate as possible, so they're more likely to stay stationary. More. Opposite direction now. Beautiful. Switching over to the circles, shoulder circles, palm facing up. Making a fist. Movements coming from the shoulder. External rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation. Yeah, I lost count there. I think this is 10. Okay. Other side. And 10. My favorite one's the new arm. Elbow up, reach across, try to roll on your shoulder. Do as much of a spinal twist and as much as reach as you can. And again, hang out at the bottom for just a fraction of a second. More. Back to neutral. Other side. More. Last is the kneeling spinal waves. This one you want to like exaggerate the speed. So super slow. All that spine as slow as you can, as many vertebrae individually as you can. As you go forward, it's back. 2. I was kind of cracking one. I'm running out of juice, I'm running out of gas. That's it. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna end out with more breathing. So we're gonna do what's called maximal expansive breath. So at the beginning of the class, we did the in. We did pressure out, in, relax out. So now we're adding exhale part. So now when you go take a breath in, you breath out, breath in, and then you breath out as much as you possibly can. To get that last little bit of air, you're gonna bring the belly button in towards your spine, or towards your belly button, or towards your anus. Then from there, you're gonna reflexive out. So you're gonna relax in. The breath starts for you. Again, breath out, belly button in, and then relax in. Okay? So the first part was diaphragm down, relax it out. Now what we're doing is we're going, and then you're exhaling out, belly button in, and you're relaxing in. Now, what we want to do is catch the wave. You have potential energy when you breathe everything out and you relax in. You're going to catch the end of it, so then you're going to pick up the difference. So let me go through it. So you're going to diaphragm down, breath in, all the way out, belly button in, all the way out. Then you're going to relax. It starts for me, and then I'm going to pick up, and then again. Everybody understand? So here we go. Just keep going. Don't stop. You're going to try to do like a circle. Breath in, out. In, out. In, out. That's how you're going to be doing it, okay? You're going to get a little lightheaded, especially after we just finished elevating our heart rate. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're seated. You're not going to die, okay? If you're more advanced, like I'm going to do it, I sit in the squat position. The reason why I sit in the squat position is because this is the optimal position for your guard not to get passed. It's keeping your knee pinned to your armpit. The reason why it's important to learn the breathing in here is because usually when you get stuck in a position that you don't feel comfortable, it's usually not just the position with your legs or your back or anything like that, but it's also because your body doesn't understand how to breathe in that position. So you almost get suffocated very quickly. Okay? So here we go. Get into whatever position you want. If you want to sit, you want to mimic me, do it like this, however you want to do it. Finding that sweet spot for me. Here we go. So, in. In. Keep riding that wave of that diaphragmatic expression. More in. Two more. Two more. relax. On your breath, close your eyes. Thanks, guys. I hope you liked it. Class was about 40 minutes today. Maybe that was enough for me. I may add a little bit more to it, see if I can add and close the gap for the other 20 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give me feedback. I'm always here to try to improve the process, guys. So remember, if you can, share this with somebody, tag somebody. I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to be doing Tuesday, Thursday, 7:30 in the morning, and Sunday at 6 p.m. It's either going to be me or one of the Yoga for BJJ instructors. Okay, guys? Boost.